Madhur, a farmer and his wife, lived in a village called Vishnupur. Madhur was a promising and diligent young man. He used to work in his fields all hours of the day, but he never had good yields in his crops. He was frustrated. On a day like this,
What happened to you? Why are you so depressed?
Nothing. Go about your business.
after saying this, Madhur and his wife began working in the fields. After returning home, they eat and both fall asleep. God appears in his wife's dream that night.
You both visit my temple tomorrow in the morning.
When Madhur's wife wakes up in the morning, she tells him about her dream. Then both of them head towards the temple. On their way, they encountered a huge dense forest. They cross the forest and reach temple. There, a priest resides in the temple. He worships and presents Madhur with a basket filled with fruits.
Take this. If you use this basket, all of your woes will vanish. But remember, you can only use it once a day.
Sir, I have a question. May I? How can this basket give us things? Because nothing makes sense to me.
My child, you can ask for anything from this miraculous basket, but try not to ask for too much.
I am grateful, priest.
When they both get home, his wife eats the fruits in the basket and empties it. They both sit in front of it while keeping the basket before them. Then, from the basket, they ask for a grain sack. With a flash of bright light, a sack of grain appears out of nowhere, making Madhur and his wife very delighted. Both of them then go to the field to plant grains, using just one bag. And when they return home, they're able to enjoy a satisfying meal. Both of them worshipped God every day and started asking for useful things from that basket. They worked happily in their fields, and this time their crops were good and God was with them. One day, due to heavy rains in the village, there was flood. In that flood, people's houses and everything inside that house got spoiled. Nobody could help the villagers. Madhur and his wife started thinking,
Honey, the storm has caused our community to be flooded with water, and the poor have really suffered. They don't even have anything to eat. I feel so horrible for these people.
Yes, I have a similar thought that we really need to help the villagers.
But honey, what can we do?
We can ask the basket for food for 100 of people, and if successful, we will share it with everyone.
Yes, this is a wise decision.
Madhur immediately offers a prayer to God and humbly requests food from the basket for 100 people. Just then, a bright light appears, and enough food for 100 people appear in front of them. This makes Madhur and his wife happy. They distribute all this food among the people. Similarly, every day, Madhur and his wife started helping people. Now, even the ruined houses were being rebuilt. Now that people were getting food, they calmed down and they started thinking about the future. The villagers gave a lot of blessings to Madhur and his wife. Madhur did a lot of help for the people of the village. Madhur adopted a girl whose parents were swept away in the flood. Madhur and his wife started loving her like their own child. The villagers were very happy seeing this, and now they all lived happily ever after. So friends, we get a lesson from this story that we should always help the needy in times of crisis, because good deeds have good results. Two brothers, Monty and Mihir, lived with their parents in a small town. Their parents were very old, so they were often ill. They both died soon after. Now, the greed for their father's property came in the mind of both the brothers. The elder brother Monty soon married Chaya, a beautiful cultured girl. This made the younger brother Mihir jealous.
How Monty got such a beautiful bride for himself so soon?
After seeing his brother happy, Mihir also decides to get married. He starts searching for girls, but he doesn't like any of them. Mihir then sets on a solo trip for a couple of days, during which he gets to know a girl named Uma. Both of them bond very quickly. They became very close friends. Then they decided to travel together. On their way back,
Uma, I want to tell you something.
Yeah, Mihir, please.
Mihir then confesses his feeling to Uma.
Uma, I want to be with you forever. Will you please marry me?
Uma said yes to Mihir's proposal, and then they two married soon after. Both the brothers started living in the same house with their wives. Due to this, they started getting into fights over petty things. One day, in the mind of Mihir, a desire for greed was born. He goes to his wife and tells her,
Uma, I have a plan in my mind. Listen to it carefully.
Yes, say it.
Listen, Uma. My father's savings are there in that cupboard. You should always keep that in mind that no one enters the room. And if ever Monty and Chaya comes, you should distract them. And then, in every 2 days, I will take money out of there. I'll steal this way so that we can save some money and buy a new house for us, so that we don't have to adjust with them here.
Uma agrees to help Mihir after hearing his plan. And the next day, he begins to do as he had planned. Mihir starts to steal money and they both acted normally. Within few days, Monty's wife Chaya figured it out that their money was being stolen from the cupboard. After a few days, Mihir and Uma had stolen so much money that they bought themselves a new home. After that, Mihir said to everyone,
Monty and Chaya, you can now live in peace because we have purchased a new home and will move out soon.
Monty and Uma were stunned to hear Mihir. They started wondering that from where did Mihir get so much money?
Do you remember that I told you that the money was getting stolen from the cupboard? Maybe they must have taken it. Otherwise, from where did they get so much money?
After 2 days, Mihir and Uma return, and Mihir tells Monty,
Monty, I'm sorry for my mistakes. I was blinded by greed, so I only thought about money. When we paid the money, the builder asked us to come after a day. The next day, when I reached his house, I saw that his house was locked. And when I tried to call him, the phone was also switched off. We have no place to stay, brother. We are homeless. I have stolen the money from cupboard in greed. I made a big mistake and always thought bad about you. I apologize to you, my brother. Never mind, Mihir. We all make mistakes. But very few of them realize about it. So don't be sorry. And don't overthink. Whatever happened, happened. You are my younger brother. Come, let's all start living together again.
This story teaches us that greed keeps men forever poor. To satisfy our greed, we must never compromise our intention or character. Finally, only our family is useful to us. So, we should not treat any member of our family poorly. If we require anything, we should obtain it through hard work, because in life there is no easy route.